So Sarah Fraser and I sat down last week. Our goal was when we recorded an episode, we wanted to really time it. Well, first, two things. We wanted to sit down the day before, right when Karen Huger was at the courthouse about to be sentenced. Now, we didn't know if we were going to time it exactly right, but we wanted to sit down and talk right before she was sentenced. And before we knew of the sentence, we wanted to talk about what we thought was going to happen, what we think should happen, what we think the future of the show should be. We wanted to talk about what we thought the future of RHOP should be, regardless of whether she was sentenced or not. If she wasn't sentenced, should she have come back? So we wanted to talk about all of that before the sentence, right before the sentence. So our visions and our views would not be God, sometimes we're really serious here behind the velvet rope. So our visions and views would not be tainted by the sentence. So that is what you are going to listen to. We sat down right before the sentence, but our goal with our thoughts about whether she should come back or the future of the show and would she come back and really what we thought should happen with the sentence. Our goal was also while we were talking during our chat, it would be great if the sentence actually came down so we could react to it live. And that is what happened. So now we have a whole series of videos of us speaking before the sentence. So our views wouldn't be skewed by the sentence of what we thought would happen with the show and her sentence and her future. And we were able to react to it live because it happened during our chat. So stay tuned. We have a series of videos on all of this. And I think it's interesting to listen to what we predicted would and should happen. And now we actually know. So stay tuned. And then we react to the actual sentence live because we were on air when that happened. So here you go. Lots of videos to enjoy on this topic. Bye. Yeah, we kept Teresa, we kept Jen Shaw, like until we couldn't. Like, I don't know. But I agree with you. I don't think that's not helping her case. I think she's gone, right?
Yeah, I think the reunion is so compelling without her.
Hmm.
The whole season, I don't know, is like all that compelling, but it wasn't like she brought something so amazing that like we can't. No, you just nailed it. I think she hasn't adapted. It's giving Vicky Gunvalson vibes. It's giving Dorinda vibes. It's over. We're not going to hear from her or see her much on Bravo for the next 2 years. And then maybe they find if Ray Ray leaves her or something, maybe she's on a dating show. She's
Maybe.
back and maybe. But like to your
And
point,
we tried a
we're not
spinoff with
getting.
her. We already tried Surrey County. It
Yeah,
didn't work. I'm
yeah,
just saying.
that's
It's
true.
I like her. I think was more hot box and sing. She's been great, really, to watch. I
Yeah.
just
No,
think it's
I couldn't agree
over.
more. I love her. I've loved her for so long. This is such a departure from everything she preaches about accountability and understanding and love and the grand dame life. It's like, oh, you're so phony. Like it's just disappointing. Like so many of these women are just hard to are getting harder, I think, to support or get behind or even it's very difficult to watch these shows and not have empathy or, understanding anymore for these women. It's as though, yeah, it's very hard to get invested in them if you don't relate to them. And they're just, a lot of them are becoming unrelatable, I think.
And by the way, I just talked about this with Amir yesterday. Summer House, a season premiere, 1.6 million.
Really?
Southern Hospitality with Leva Bonaparte. 1 million average viewers per episode. A Southern Hospitality is the only show since 2018 on Bravo that has increased their viewers season after season. In season three, they are up 22%. Yeah, I have my legal hat on today. I've been in the books. Southern Summer House is up 1.6 million. And it's good, and Southern Hospitality is good. So I, I think
What are you getting at? Do you and Amir believe what? The ship is sailing on these housewife franchises? Like,
no, I think they'll be around, but they're, and they're breaking the fourth wall on both shows. We have Luann de Lesseps, we don't even mention her damn last name, and
Oh.
we have West. Like Sierra's all pissed from last summer because of like the interview he did, and Lindsay's like, I mean, they're breaking the fourth wall. It's just like real life. I think
Well,
Housewives isn't going anywhere, but I think Karen is out of touch. Yeah.
well, I mean, it's got to be going somewhere because I don't know what Housewife franchise. Maybe RHOBH is pulling in 1 million. Potomac didn't all season.
West did an interview and Sierra's like calling him out on the camera as it's like admitting that you're famous. You did an interview. I think it's great how they're doing that.
Well, we will see. There's a lot going on in the Potomac, but maybe we want to move on and chat RHOBH for a
And
bit
I'm
and come
sorry to
back.
be so outraged. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm riled up. But
We're always outraged on this. No, we're always, every week, we're like on our soapbox about something. We're like, and
but
this person.
But I mean, like, I don't know if she'll go to jail. I don't know what 6 months will do. It's just, it's not doing the crime is one thing. It's that I truly, deep down in my heart, don't think she really thinks she did anything wrong. I am convinced of this.
No, I think so too. I mean, yes,
Life
you're
has
right.
been tough for her. Life has been tough.
It starts with not pleading guilty and knowing that foolish video out there of her. I mean, how dumb was that? Talking to the cop, do you know who I am? No one gives a fuck who you are. No one gives a fuck who Reese Witherspoon is. She did that same stupid shit. These poor cops that have to deal with these dumb ass people and don't get paid nearly enough. And then, oh, I'm Thomas Jefferson's concubine. I mean, she's a fucking nut. And like you didn't plead guilty. You knew that was out there. To your point, this woman has to be so mentally ill or such an addict that nothing is registering. I mean, I want to interview truly when this is over. I want to interview her lawyers and go, what did she say to you? Again, you and I talk about this. You are a lawyer. Ultimately, your lawyer is going to do what you want them to do. Okay. All these criminals believe they too are attorneys. They believe they know the system. And so at the end of the day, the attorney, if they're like, if your attorney is saying to you, don't go to trial, don't go to trial, don't go to trial. But if the client wants to go to trial, the attorney takes them to trial, regardless of what they've advised. So I'm sure these attorneys, until they were, and by the way, she canned those attorneys and brought in new ones.
Look
Everybody's
at
entitled
look
to.
at Diddy's attorney. Walked off the
I
case,
know,
does
I
not
know.
want to provide any information, is like, I will not be representing Mr. Combs in no way, shape, or form can I do this trial, and I will not be making any other comments on this
I know.
matter.
And he's supposed to go to trial in May. And his
I
attorney is
mean,
like, don't even contact me, lose
right.
my number.
Don't ask. I'm not doing any interviews on this, period. End of story. I'm off the case.
And of
And
course,
by the
an
way, you
attorney can
normally
recuse
say to your,
themselves.
I mean, most people that pull a gun say to someone, to the attorney, the first thing the attorney asks you is, did you or did you not do it? Yes, I did it. I killed the person. Now get me off. That is your job.
That's their job,
We have
exactly.
to take an ethics course in law school, 3 miserable years of my life. And you have to, that is your job. The person did it. They killed their mother in cold blood. They didn't like her. And now your job is to stand up there and get them off. If the glove does not fit, thou shalt acquit. Okay? So
It's a good line.
at least you are honest with your lawyer. I did it. I don't want to go to jail. So fucking do your job and get me out of this.
I don't think
I,
she was even honest with her lawyers. I
that's what
don't.
I mean.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
think you're right.
so.
I think she's a complete. It pains me. I love her, but it just pains me to say this. But I feel like we have to hold everybody to the same level. I mean, we've trashed Bador, we've trashed Shaw, we got to trash Huger, and I just feel like she's a nut job, like the rest of them now. I mean, she really is a nut. So hopefully she is going to jail. I think she is. I think she'll get 6 months and serve 2 or 3. And I think that will be a huge wake up call for the Grand Dame. I don't know how Ray Ray stays with her.
And by the way, Ray, that's the other thing. And I mean, I will move on, guys. I'm sorry. And like,
I know, we've
but
beaten this horse.
why, no one's really talking about Ray wasn't like, it just seemed like he was there. And I know there were cameras and everything, but Ray didn't seem like, oh God, what's happened? He seemed like this was just another Monday night
Friday night.
on the whatever in the DMV, whatever the fuck it is. Like he
Oh,
just
another
seemed
night
like,
in Potomac.
okay, did you piss yourself? Do you have your diapers on? Where's your license? Okay, the car is totaled. Oh boy, another one, but this time like he didn't seem like this was anything that didn't happen often.
Piss yourself.
And
Oh
by the
my
way,
God.
yes, we all life is tough, but driving under the influence, and again, I just don't get it.